6 a.m.
Tune in to Lead Story, weekdays at 6 p.m. Hosted by Jody Ann Quarry.
Brought to you by
Horizon, a new loan product from Access Financial Services.
I'm me and the stylist, no scam and style me.
From the market to the farm to the office, money talk is everywhere. But are you making sense or nonsense? The Bank of Jamaica brings you common sense with BOJ. Real stories, real laughs, and real lessons to help you protect, grow, and manage your money. Mattress savings.
At least my mattress. You charge me to sleep on it.
Partner plan.
Remember last year we needed our payouts early? But Miss Pam gave it to her cousin first.
Or a sketchy loan flyer.
Electrifying deals.
See why making the right financial choices is pure common sense. Brought to you by Bank of Jamaica, empowering everyday Jamaicans one episode at a time.
Grandpa, it's 2026. You can't keep hiding all your money in every single pocket forever.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winford Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Hey, what I want?
Hi, I am Candy Pang at
What I want?
What's a guan?
That I want. What I want? What I want?
What a one! Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 a.m., 1:30 p.m., and 10 p.m. on CVM TV.
That I want. What I want?
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yes.
Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
Change, cause girl, you're amazing, just the way you are.
I love that song.
Woo! You
know that song makes you think that you really know the words. And then when it starts, you realize I don't know the words, but I sing it every day.
You know, and you just know that one. When I see your face.
You just wait for your part.
You just wait for the one part.
And the part that you sing loud. That could be like when we there Sunday school. Golden text time. Remember golden text?
Remember that?
Yo, I want to get we used to get enough lick for that because I never know my golden text.
Oh no.
Oh God, I was
never study your text them, man?
No, me hear my thing. Me can't swat.
Oh.
Me can't from them time them know me can't swat. So
what
guess
you
what?
Saying?
No, me can't swat. So like
you have to actually read and understand.
Yeah. I mean, that's how I became a teacher. In order to do well at anything in school, I can teach you. Somebody just find some people who don't know it and teach them it.
And that teaches you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah. That I mean that from ever since.
That's brilliant.
but you see me now, golden text time. We never know my golden text yet. My parents shame every week.
Well, rise and shine to the sunrisers who never shame them parents every week.
But you know the trick is you talk loud. Our golden text is taken from Matthew. And you open your mother never know. But my mother see it all the time. She learn. But may I tell you, see the first part, our golden text, you see the part where we say
that part there.
The part
you have it locked. You're a star at that.
At that part.
At that part only.
Oh, God.
So you know what it is then when you just know the one part of the song.
The one part.
It
I know it.
It's loud and strong with
it.
Which is right.
Yeah,
which is right.
Yeah, man. Anybody in a university singers know me. Don't ask me for the lyrics. Don't ask me for the lyrics. You can ask me for the notes.
So how you manage? Because there's so many things in life you have to memorize.
I just don't memorize. Like, if I don't know my phone number.
Jeez. You know what? Never know that, you know.
Somebody ask you, what's your number? You know why you never know your number? Because
Why?
it's the number you call the least.
That's true. Well, first of all, you don't really call any numbers. You just pick names now.
Nowadays, remember back in the day when you used to have to know people, which is why like your OG day one friends are the ones that you know them number out their head.
Yeah, you know them house phone.
Yeah.
Them landline. You know them
922. Remember back in the day when, you know.
You know, I was alive when we never need no, you know, you have either 92 or 968 or 976 or whatever.
Like
you never have none
you
of that.
could know where people live just by the first three numbers.
988
984. Oh, you live in Spanish Town.
Yeah,
943. Oh, you live in Spanish Town. Yeah.
See it there?
Yeah.
Then it's you.
Yeah.
You're young and fresh, but you've been around.
A dog of my age
experience
is no pup.
Before you get started, I need to say a special good morning to Cheryl DeLissa of, is it Palm Beach? I think it's Palm Beach, Florida, who said, listen.
Yeah.
She came to the show, A Rose of Sharon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay.
Anyway, and she said she loves Miss Kitty. She loves her some Dennis. She loves Yendi and IT and Tammy. She watches the show every single morning. So Cheryl, hope I'm not like you tell you, I see you big up here this morning. Make sure you're watching. Good morning, Cheryl. And I'm glad you came to watch the show. And she loved it.
I similarly have somebody to big up. Jacine Blagrove out there in Duncan's Pen, St. Catherine. Yeah. Big viewer of the show.
Really?
You know, I had a conversation with somebody who said, my mother, literally, she not turn off the TV. So when you guys start talking, she just wake up because she hear on the voice and just wake up.
Well, wake up,
wake
mommy.
the town and tell the people.
Wake up. It's time.
Sunrise coming your way.
But you know, I wanted to share this with you so that we could talk about it a little touch. The Women's Month fact of the day, right?
Okay, let's hear this one.
Dennis, did you know that under the Women Employment Act of 1942, women were restricted from working in industrial undertakings between 10 p.m. and 5 a.m., except under very specific circumstances defined. Now, this law was designed to prevent exploitation, but also reflected the societal views of the time.
And I might think it might make sense in the societal context of the time. I mean, remember, 1944 was universal adult suffrage, you know. 1942 was a specific period in history. And if you think about it, it never said women weren't allowed to work. Generally speaking, it was women weren't allowed to work in industrial
the night shift.
in industrial undertakings during that night shift hour, the graveyard shift. And I mean, because that would involve that. Remember, we never had public transportation wasn't as developed. Private transportation wasn't as accessible. So logically, you're having a situation where they would have to go out to work in factories in the industrial context at that time. I don't know. I mean, but the interesting thing is that it was by law. But remember, laws are the most extreme mores of societies, and mores reflect values and norms. Mores are norms.
I was just about to say, Dennis, for those who know, I know, you know. I know.
Yes.
But for those who don't, what is mores? What that mean?
Okay, so values are general guidelines for behavior that exist in a society.
Okay.
Norms are specific guidelines for behavior. And we have, within the context of norms, we have mores and folkways. So in society, mores are norms that are reinforced. Norms that are reinforced through punishment or reward.
Okay.
Yeah. So for instance, the most extreme kind of a more would be a law. And so for instance, another kind of a more would be a rule or a principle. So in your house, you better get home by 5 o'clock. There's no written law that says in the Dawkins house you must be the seats there. No, it's a more, but it's a loosely enforced more, unlike a law which is codified.
That's why if I have smart friends, you know, teacher friends in this world, so they can teach you things like more. More, we will use it in a sentence today.
Your sociology fun fact was brought to you by...
No, but even, you know, I think about that law and I think about that rule and I think to myself, Tommy says it all the time when you see the memes of like women standing up to fight for their rights and somebody else saying, hey girl, top it nice, sit down, what you do?
Like,
you know, and like, what you do? We don't want walk, so what you do? But I understand it.
There's some tired woman, and if you look at her clothing, she's from the future. And
right?
she's saying,
Shut up, stop fighting. But you know what I think it is? I think there's something about telling somebody that they cannot do something that make them want to do it.
Something
like,
about, especially a woman.
like if you are giving me a rule. Well, and men, I think that if you say
I
you
said
cannot.
Yeah, I said especially, yeah.
I mean, you fight for your name.
Yeah, see there?
Because if you say you cannot go and do a 9-to-5 job, even if I don't want to do the 9-to-5 job, I'm going to say, who are you to tell me, you know what, I gotta work. What do you mean?
Like
what do you mean I cannot?
I remember being in a place during COVID, before the vaccine was made available, and I was like, here's an argument, just an argument, in theory, if we say the vaccine is for free for everybody, the people will want it less. If you say the vaccine is for us only, you guys can't get it. Everybody will like, what? I want it. Give it to me.
That's actual facts, though.
Yeah,
that's facts.
You want voter turnout to go up? Just pass a law and say, look here, you people can no longer vote.
As of now, only people who live in this and this area can vote.
Yes.
Then everybody going to say, wait.
You have to earn this and up to vote. All those people who never vote in their life, and you would see,
so true.
You would catch them on a Watagwan Vox Pop saying, no sir, me no vote, me no believe in that. The next day, they'd be like, burning down the country.
What do you mean? My time to vote. What do you mean?
Me want to vote. And that's all you do. Yeah, man.
Well, we have a great show in store for you.
But you cannot watch it. Only we can watch it.
Only we can watch it. You're not allowed. No. Please stay with us. You stay right here. And
everybody stay with us.
And of course, if it is your birthday, big up yourself for your birthday, anniversary, and all the things that you celebrate. Happy birthday, happy anniversary.
On Sunday, the 22nd.
See there? Happy birthday belatedly if it was over the weekend and all these things. But before we go, we have your pocket of sunrise. Hey, give me back the harmony now.
Sunrise.
I am not my head. I am not distant. I has many faces. 1 in 4 people will be affected. Protect what matters with critical illness insurance. The time by Sagicor Life is
6:15.
This is Flow, Jamaica's fastest mobile network, as verified by Ookla. It's the result of a complete network rebuild, with more power backup to reduce outages and satellite backup for greater mobile stability. You can even make regular calls using Wi-Fi. Welcome to our new era of connectivity, and we're not stopping there. This is Flow, Jamaica's network.
Most people buy property and hope for the best. At Stella Global, we don't believe in hope. We believe in strategy. I'm Tiffany Gray. Join us March 27th through the 29th. Paradisiac Sip and See. This isn't just a tour. It's a wealth summit designed to save you thousands on your purchase. Meet our lenders, attorneys, and experts to learn how smart money invests in Jamaica. Ticket on sale at StellaGlobalRealty.com.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yeah. Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
All right, 18 minutes after 6 o'clock on this Tuesday morning. It means it's time for your headlines with the hostess with the mostest, the reader with the schmeeder. TK Dawkins, good morning. I don't know.
The reader with the schmeeder.
Yeah.
You know, coming from Murray. You've kind of fallen off a little bit there, my brother.
No, you have to have dexterity to play with the language.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's poetic license.
That's fair. I accept that. All right. So welcome back with us. And of course, good morning to our YouTubers. Always a pleasure having you. Now, we have been, of course, seeing the budget and all, there's been a lot of talk about the budget. So this morning in Headlines, we're going to take a closer look at the national budget presentations from Prime Minister Andrew Holness and Opposition Leader Mark Golding, breaking down their key priorities, proposals, contrasting approaches, highlighting how each plan addresses critical issues such as cost of living, economic growth, public services and job creation, helping Jamaicans sift out the differences and what that could mean for everyday Jamaicans. Now, me not doing that, an economist who is qualified to do so, Janelle McEwen. Janelle, welcome to Sunrise, who's going to help us with this discussion. Good morning.
Morning to you both.
Morning, sir. All is well?
All is well.
Give thanks.
I don't know if we're going to be able to get through all that I just said, but
indeed. But let's take some of the big ticket items before we even get down into the nuts and bolts. In terms of an economic perspective, as an economist, could you say, okay, having watched the Prime Minister's presentation and the opposition leader's presentation, the Prime Minister is taking this approach and the opposition leader is taking this approach, and this is how they are different? Or are they very much similar?
Okay, so the similarity is that both want to really do what they think is best for Jamaica. The Prime Minister is taking the approach from a fiscal stability standpoint. He's saying that, hey, we can't borrow our way out of this one. Hurricane Melissa would have caused significant damages with indirect and direct losses. It's approximately 12 billion US dollars. So he's saying, hey, we haven't taxed you for approximately 10 years, so now we're introducing tax in targeted areas, not in a large extent to raise some of the revenue. However, the opposition leader is stating that, hey, we don't need to tax. We have issues that we can fix, as tax revenue measures, collecting our tax in an effective manner in order to raise revenue. So you would have seen where the opposition leader would have stated that taxing is more of a pro-cyclical approach, which actually means that if we tax, it might lead to a further depression. That's what we mean by pro-cyclical, is that the economy is moving in the direction that is already moving when we introduce these kind of policy. And to a large extent, that is true, because as you would have realized during COVID, where economy experienced a significant shock, but approximately 3.5% of our GDP was impacted compared to now, which is around 51%. What is happening now is that with these measures, the opposition is stating that, hey, we can modernize tax collection methods to really gain a large share of revenue rather than to tax the poor. For example, we talk about on sweetened beverages, which has a great debate in the country, or tax on digital services, and how will these be implemented? So it's two approaches that are very interesting. As I said, the similarities is that both want to do what they believe is best for the country, and both methods could work. However, let me just state this. We would have seen the issues as it relates to tax collection over the years. In 2024, the tax office reported that they have approximately 130 billion in arrears, which was a big problem. They would have made significant progress in reducing that number, but it has continued to be a challenge in the country.
So, Janelle, it's a good segue into the next question that I wanted to ask, because even from an economist's perspective, when you look at a tax, one of the features of a good tax is that it is fair, and another feature ought to be that it is efficient in terms that it's collectible, and you don't want to impose a tax that you can't collect. When you look at the measures that have been outlined by the government, are the revenue measures credible in your mind? Are these good taxes then? And then you might juxtapose the arguments against them using the opposition's position.
Yes, they are good taxes, and what you look at is, for example, the tax on sweetened beverages. Let's start with that one. I think a wide cross-section of the population would have been the lower class who consume these beverages because of accessibility and just awareness. So they will drink these sweetened beverages. And if you look at the amount that is taxed, it will not necessarily decrease the consumption. Hence the reason why the government has this optimism of gaining so much revenue from it. So it tells you a lot the amount that they're trying to collect from it and why consumption will not decrease. So the argument about, for example, it being a tax about for health, it may be a spill-off, but ultimately it's not one for health. The digital tax, though, I must state that this one we still yet to receive clarity as it relates to how this will be effectively collected. I believe that in the supplementary budget today, the Ministry of Finance will and must address this particular one, given the large amount that they're expecting to collect. And you would have heard we're saying it's to promote fairness. However, we would have understood shopping here in Jamaica to buy something that we see online, the vast difference as it relates to prices. So in a fairness standpoint, yes, it promotes fairness from a local business standpoint, but for consumers, consumers look at it a bit differently. So these measures, they should be able to be collected in an effective manner. Except for the one, as I stated, the digital tax, which we have yet to receive a clear idea of how this will be implemented.
Janelle, quick question. For many Jamaicans can say, okay, for the sweet juice tax, I can just avoid sweet juices. For the digital tax, well, I don't shop online, so that doesn't really affect me. What's an issue from the budget that you would say would have a widespread impact on, you know, the majority of Jamaicans, and what are the positions based on the Prime Minister versus the opposition on it?
Okay, so you would have heard about this new platform that the central bank would have created called the EKYC, the Electronic Know Your Customers platform. That's one of the most revolutionary platforms that I would have seen. We have issue of productivity in the country. EKYC platform is a platform where you can transfer banking details to avoid hassle of going to reapply, getting the JP to sign, all of that stuff. That is very good as it relates to from a standpoint. However, you would have heard that the government stated that to promote competition in the banking sector. It may not necessarily be the case. That's caveat to it. Because the problem is that competition in seeing all the rates, again, when you see all the rates in one area, that may be good for you. However, related to competition, for example, for a bank to reduce its interest rate, it's solely dependent on two financial institutions, which are the two major players, Scotiabank and NCB. And the problem is because they hold most of the deposits that are not interest rate sensitive, they're less likely to reduce their interest rate, even when the central bank would have cut policy rate, and as we would have seen over the past couple of months. When the central bank cut policy rate, what we would have seen is that there's not much incentive for, say, NCB or Scotia to reduce theirs. And because of the fact that all these banks in Jamaica, they are faced with the same operational costs, same credit risk which they have to take into consideration when setting their interest rate. That is likelihood of somebody defaulting from the payment. They have to consider that in their cost. So one of the issues with that particular platform is that we have too many banks in the country. We need like 2 or 3 banks most. That is a big issue, and that's what we boost competition. The platform is great nonetheless, where we can go somewhere, we see all the rates, we decide where to put our money, we can transfer accounts and all the detail. That will be significant from a productivity standpoint. I'm sure you would have heard the opposition talking about productivity a lot and saying the government must do more. However, we cannot ignore the efforts made by the government from a productivity standpoint. For example, crime being down, right? People can work longer hours and not worry about getting hurt at the late night. Roads, we're talking about even in Montego Bay here where I'm currently at, we're talking about dualization of Queens Drive, the road. That is significant, and Jimmy Cliff Boulevard, which most of us call the road, will now be pedestrian-like. We only can walk there. So it will be a beautiful sight, and that will pick up in a couple of months. It will be a beautiful sight, just seeing tourists just walk and experiencing the beaches and the Harmony Beach Park. That is really, really a great initiative. EKYC is really an interesting one.
All right. Thank you very much. Interesting insights, as always. Thank you very much.
No problem.
All right, so thank you so much. That was Janelle McEwen, who was breaking down the budget, our economist on hand, to kind of give us a quick insight on the differed opinions of the budget. So it's now time for a quick break, but when we return, we're learning how a little bit of love can go a long way.
Not bad.
There's more sunrise after this. A little bit of love, Dennis.
I go give you plenty healthy ways to switch up your meals. Fresh flavor that terminate. More delicious moments every day of the week. And look how good me feel. Rainforest make it nice. Rainforest, I go make it nice.
Tune in to Lead Story, weekdays at 6 p.m. Hosted by Jody Ann Quarry.
Brought to you by
Horizon, a new loan product from Access Financial Services.
Ready, tech, grow! Business is fast, easy, flexible, and costs less. Oh, entrepreneurs, let's go digital! The government of Jamaica and the European Union present Digital Jamaica Training Series. Learn how technology grows your business. Choose the right digital tools. Manage your staff, customers, and money digitally. Data security and privacy. Artificial intelligence. We'll be in every parish. Apply online. www.jbdc.net. Log on fast. Digital Jamaica. Powering connectivity for MSMEs.
we are proud to supply all of Jamaica with the highest standard of gas products to keep you safe and well taken care of. Choose well. Choose IGL.
The time by IGL is
6:30.
It's tax time. There are now 2 due dates for filing final income tax returns. All personal income tax returns, such as self-employed persons, individuals, partners, and partnerships, must file and pay their income tax returns by March 16. For corporate bodies, your income tax return is now due April 15. The due dates for all estimated tax returns filings and quarterly payments remain the same: March 15, June 15, September 15, and December 15. Visit jamaicatax.gov.gm or call 888-TAX-HELP for details. Tax Administration Jamaica, working together to serve you even better.
You take charge of praise and worship. We'll take care of your coverage. You take care of the farming, livestock, and fishing. We'll take care of your life insurance. You take care of business. We'll take care of the health insurance. Everyone deserves access to quality insurance. So, Sagicor Life has developed a suite of affordable insurance products offering life, critical illness, and health insurance coverage to specific groups at affordable rates for themselves and their families. Coverage for all. Care for you.
Hi, I am Candy Pang at
What a guan?
What a guan?
That a guan pa.
What a guan? What a guan? What a guan? Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 a.m., 1:30 p.m., and 10 p.m. on CVM TV.
That's a guan pa. What a guan?
It. Come to track the code again. Command every space that you enter boldly, confidently, and authentically. You do that by owning all of you, your mistakes, your gifts, and your flaws. My loud mouth is labeled as a flaw, but it is not no flaw. You can't sell it.
Welcome back to Sunrise. Now, you ever notice how the way we talk to ourselves can either lift us up quietly hold us back?
Absolutely.
This morning, we're getting into something that sounds simple but can be life-changing. Learning how to truly love yourself. Joining us for this conversation is founder of the Love on Yourself initiative, Queen Simone Maganza, an award-winning global speaker and self-confidence coach who's been helping people reconnect with their authentic selves for over a decade. Good morning, Queen.
How are you?
It's so good to have you. Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. You're just born with self-confidence.
No, to be honest, we're born with it, you know.
Yes.
But it was taken away from us based on that same negative talk in our environment where people tell we all kind of things about ourselves. So we started to like internalize all of that and start question our worth and doubt ourselves.
So tell us about the journey from little girl Queen Simone to now this confident person who is not just confident in herself, but now imparting that knowledge of how to become more confident into others. What was that journey like? What led you here?
Journey there, it up and down. Yeah, because I was born and raised in the inner city community of Almantown.
Okay.
There was a yard with them called Bundong Yard. And in my environment, round and round where the crown and Marga and Black stay round at the back. So I'm seeing my neighbor bleaching her baby skin, right?
Whoa.
And then someone said to me, if I was light skinned, I would be better looking. So in my environment is this, oh, don't do this, don't do that, this, that. And when you keep on telling a child, don't do this, sit up right there, talk like this, that. You're teaching them how to not love themselves. You probably think that you're doing the right thing, but you're killing their self-worth and their self-esteem. So because someone said to me that if I was light skinned, I would be better looking, I wanted to fit in with the crowd. So what do you think I do? I internalized that I was not beautiful. Me internalized it, say, I'm ugly. So I started to bleach my skin because I wanted to fit in with the crowd. So this confident queen that you're seeing right now, as I said, we're born confident, but then your environment shape you. Because I thought I was the ugly duckling, But I was not the ugly duckling. I was just at the wrong place. You understand what I mean? I was just in the wrong environment. I was the full package at the wrong address.
One of the things that I find, even from the moment you walk in, you know, there's this thing I once read in terms of the black hair is a crown because it goes up rather than down. You know, even the way you wear your hair, and you know, you exude, I'm a queen. I mean, why queen? Why crown? Where that element of the confidence come from?
All right, the queen came from, all right, so as I said, they told me that if I was light skinned I would be better looking, so me just accept all of them negative self-talk and internalize it. Now I have this Rasta gentleman, he used to see me and call me queen, so me used to think say I lie my tell, you know, like, so you became a mentor, Richard, because when you look at the TV, the queen that I see is a beauty queen. I am not seeing like, me not see nobody look like me a queen, me not see nobody talk like me and me talk part I mean at the ghetto, so which part is a queen come from? And he said, no, the queen is your inner confidence, who you are, you know, your self-worth, your self-esteem. So over the years, me never take it, as me say, I lie, him I tell. And then when I finally like caught a rare case of chicken pox would damage my skin, chicken pox and bleaching cream don't Greek, I make my skin look mildew. And that's when I pivoted and looking at myself and say, look here, I am not for everybody and everybody is not for me. So I was trying to fit in with people who don't even love themselves, because the person who tell me that if I was light skin I would be better looking, she did a bleach for her skin too. So she projected that onto me. But because me never have no self-worth and a self-esteem, and me like the woman, me go listen where she say. So me just claim the queen now. Remember, I know me claim the ugly duckling and me that operate in the ugly energy. So me just claim the queen energy. And in claiming it, I did something unconventional. I just went go down to RGD and put queen legally to my name, because I believe that I'm a queen, so I embody the queenship. So in society, them don't teach you to love yourself. Them teach you to say, I even go to school and I speak to students, and when I said, say this to yourself, I'm a queen, them couldn't say it.
I've experienced that.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're like, it's like they must me say, they can't say it.
I've experienced that. I've said to a student, I said, my girl, you know, say you're bright. And she said, sir, don't say that. No. Stop it, no, man. Like, I'm have to say it every day until, like... Because her mind was programmed to believe that she was not worthy by her environment or by a person who said that. Remember, we live in our country. Jamaica, to be honest, them kill your self-esteem right on spot. Your head big, you're nice, but be a backhanded compliment. You know? You're bright, but your mouth mash. You know? You're bright, but
so true.
You're this, but you start doubt yourself. And then what I start to do, I say to myself, when persons come to me and start to project onto me, I said, is this person projecting onto me, or am I manifesting? Meaning that, is it the things that I'm saying in my mind cause me fear attract this, or are them just a project onto me?
Well,
or both,
or both.
Queen Simone, let me ask you this. For that person who say, you know, it's true, if you were to tell me right now to look in the mirror and call myself a queen, it feel uncomfortable. But I want to have this confidence. I see you, I want to embody this. What is something practical that someone can do or say to themselves or try to do that could help to bring out this confidence even over time?
First, you have to understand this. Life begins when you stop pleasing the crowd. And once you realize that you are not for everyone and everyone is not for you, then you start give birth to that real authentic self. You know what our problem is? Who are everybody like we? But if we looking at ourselves, be honest with yourself. You like every flavor ice cream? Be honest.
No.
You like every color?
No.
You like every food?
No.
Same way, everybody not gonna like you and you not gonna like everybody. So you have to just tell yourself, say, I hear me, so the people that will like me, they will come along. I saw it go. It's stressing, it drains spiritually.
Let me ask you then, because it's one thing to own it for yourself, and it would be okay if you own it for yourself and you just live your life and move on. At what point did you say, I'm not only going to own it for myself, but I'm going to start imparting this to people. I'm going to pour out what's in here into a book. At what point did you feel like I need to almost be evangelistic about it and share and give to people? Because you could have just hold it for yourself.
No, I couldn't do that, because I started to attract persons who live the life now that I used to live, like lack of self-worth and stuff like that. So I said, no, so this is almost my divine calling. You know, and they're like, you know, I like how confident you are. And I'm like, sometimes I don't even know what they are seeing. But in my mind, when I'm walking, I'm just saying to myself, you know what? This is me, I'm just going to walk out. So what happened is that I'm also, from I was a kid, I love to teach. I taught myself how to read at 6.
Okay.
So when I learned how to read, I start to walk and teach everybody else how to read too. So I realized I was a servant leader as a child. I love entertain people. I like help people. I like encourage people
Yeah.
and all of these things, but then only to look back and realize that that's how my grandmother used to stay to. I used to encourage people. So me just want to come spread this good news to everybody, like when Jesus come and something in the wilderness and somebody say me and Jesus. But it's something that I love. I love it. I mean, I love it. I mean, I really, really love it.
Well, you talk about sharing, and I see that you shared, you know, a lot of your experience in give birth to your authenticity, celebrate mistakes, and rise above opinions. What somebody, I'm going to grab this book and I say, I like this energy, I want more, I read your book. What am I getting from this book?
It's really a memoir-inspired spoken word and practical exercises, calling you back to yourself. So I use my experience to let you understand all of that, to bring you back to your authentic self. Because, you know, society set some unrealistic values for us to follow, and it has caused us to doubt our self-worth. So I'm just saying, listen to me, you're already born good enough. Your crow never miss me, you know. You were just define it. But the environment where we're in and the culture, them not teach with that.
I love this. Listen to this real quick, Dennis. Authentic, reflective questions. My boss piece of your book, you know. I just literally just open the book and authentic, reflective questions. What did I long for as a child regarding the presence or absence of my parents? And the next question is, how has that longing shaped my parenting today? That's just a random
serious question,
just a random
and a soft question. That's some hardball.
That's why them authentic, reflective questions. Because you got to go look in yourself. You know, every day with on social media, look on people. At time now, if you go back to yourself.
You know what I like about this though, Queen Simone, is that a lot of times people say you need to know yourself and you need to, you know, if you stand in your authentic self.
Practically
so when I have a question that I can say, wow, I've never thought of this. Let me say, and then you say, I never even realized it's true that time when my mommy did do this and I never realized. So this is really helpful.
And in every chapter, you get authentic, reflective questions. You even get the whisper test, you get the crown yourself. You even have some commandments in there too. 7 commandments of authenticity.
Queen, like this.
And that. So I even have a poem for them too. I call my audience the Authenticians.
I love that.
That man. All right, so somebody is watching this conversation, maybe a grade coordinator at a girls' school, maybe somebody in them community, and them say, she may need to come talk to my girls. How do they find you?
My number, 876-533-2402.
Yeah, on social media?
Yes. Authentic Queen Simone on Instagram and Authentic Queen Simone on TikTok. All of the stuff with them are Authentic Queen Simone, right? And I also have a Love on Yourself initiative page. I just call Love on Yourself. Also, you can visit my website at www.authenticqueensimone.com.
And that I can get the book from any of those places
from
as well?
Amazon. And the ebook is out now on Amazon. And the hard copy and the paperback, you can get it from me until March the 31st of this month. Everything will be go out. So you can get that book at www.authenticqueensimone and pre-order on the website.
Queen Simone.
Authentic Queen Simone.
Give her a call, you know. So some of the time the people that call me if you talk to them ladies, them girls, I'm like, I say, you know who you need to call? You need to call Queen Simone Maganza. She would be perfect to come into your community. Me? Are you have to call?
I see you're looking at the book cover. Look at the art design.
I know that caught my attention.
Yes,
But you also have an authentic flair about you. I noticed your color scheme. It's
my favorite color.
Yeah?
Yeah, my favorite printer, my favorite color. You know, so I embody that too, even in the book, even on that.
I noticed.
And, you know, I want to say, can I make some mentions of the book?
Okay.
Big up to Bamboo Spark Publishing for helping me bring this book to life.
Top 10 right here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Bamboo Spark,
Bamboo Spark Publishing, and also big up to what's his name again? I don't want to forget anybody, and also big up to Jamal Cleary, the photographer. Yes, from Clear Edit, and also big up to Alex Peters for helping me bringing this beautiful cover to life. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Her name is Queen Simone Maganza. She's an author. She's the founder of Love on Yourself initiative. Love on Yourself, no man. Miss Kitty talk about it like at the end of every show. Love on Yourself. All right, we're going to take another break, but there's more sunrise after these messages. We are going to love ourselves and come back.
Never read piece of a book here before Queen take it away. Stay with us.
Yeah. 2, 3.
Interest rates and the whole heap of loan payments every month? Take a debt consolidation loan from AIM to pay credit card bills and all other high interest rate loans from other institutions. Make one low monthly payment to AIM and take home some extra money in your pocket. That's financial freedom. One loan, one low payment, more money in your pocket. Call AIM today to lower your loan payment. And remember, you won't find a better deal elsewhere. Guaranteed.
Are you ready to make a lasting impact? Transform Life Solutions presents the Global Impact Leadership Summit, Rebuilding Jamaica from the Center. Saturday, April 4, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Garden Hotel in Mandeville, featuring guest speakers, the Honorable Professor Leslie Rogers from Trinidad, Honorable Dr. Patrick Williams from Belgium, Leadership Coach Dr. Jacqueline Cousins from Jamaica. Admission is free. Hotel accommodations and exhibition booth spaces are available. Register now at www.tls-events.com. The Global Impact Leadership Summit, April 4. Don't miss it.
You could win a return on your taxes with your Sagicor Bank Business Credit Card. Pay your taxes with your Sagicor Bank Business Credit Card at Tax Administration Jamaica or online for your chance to be one of 2 lucky winners of $500,000 cashback. Earn an entry for every $100,000 spent on taxes between February 27 and April 15. Plus, enjoy a 1-month payment holiday up to 55 days interest-free and unlimited reward points. Visit Sagicor.com to learn more. Conditions apply.
On March 28 at 6 p.m., John Mark Wigan presents his album launch, By Fire, live at the Jamaica College Auditorium. By Fire features the likes of Kevin Downswell, Rondell Positive, Alicia Taylor, Gilead Collective, Genesis Praise Squad, Audia Spencer Brown, Ryan Davis, Prince Saj. General tickets $4,000. Sponsored by JP St. Mary's, Credit Unions of Jamaica, Honeybun, Chicken and Things, CVM, Love 101, Green Room Studios, Painted Lady Studios, Crosslinks Production, Imperium Gospel Limited. Proceeds support the Student Housing Initiative.
'The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
I'm me and the stylist, no scam and I style me.
From the market to the farm to the office, money talk is everywhere. But are you making sense or nonsense? The Bank of Jamaica brings you common sense with BOJ. Real stories, real laughs, and real lessons to help you protect, grow, and manage your money. Mattress savings.
At least my mattress. No charge me to sleep on it.
Partner plan.
Remember last year we needed our payouts early? But Miss Pam gave it to her cousin first.
Or a sketchy loan flyer.
Electrifying deals.
See why making the right financial choices is pure common sense. Brought to you by Bank of Jamaica, empowering everyday Jamaicans one episode at a time.
Grandpa, it's 2026. You can't keep hiding all your money in every single pocket forever.
Eleven minutes heading up to 7 o'clock. Remember, at 7 o'clock, this young lady will have your early morning news. But guess what? In every community, there are women doing the work, quietly showing up and stepping in when it matters the most. And in the wake of the Hurricane Melissa experience, especially several Jamaicans rose to the occasion, and now their efforts are being recognized through the Unsung Hero Awards. And joining us to share more, of course, is the founder of Herflow Foundation. She is the Queen of Quiche and the connoisseur of Callaloo herself, Shelly Ann Weeks. Big up to you this morning. Good morning, ma'am.
Our friend Shelly is here.
Good morning. Such a pleasure. Always a pleasure to see you, lady and gentlemen.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Shelly, we are no stranger to neither sunrise nor, whether as a family member or telling us about Herflow and everything. But for those of you who don't know, we're not going to start off in a
Yes, for the new people.
Oh, yes. For the, somebody who just woke up this morning and said, who's she?
Who is this lady and what is this organization? What is happening? Tell us about yourself.
Well, very, very simple. Herflow Foundation was an initiative I started. This year is going to make 10 years.
Wow.
Herflow turns 10 this year.
Wow.
And I did it because I really wanted a platform where we can talk about reproductive health in an educational way where it is more accessible. And our flagship project is to end period poverty, as you know. And period poverty, for those who don't know, is just the inability to afford or access menstrual products when they need them. And what we have done in the past 10 years is not just focus on reproductive health, but focus on the whole woman and the different facets of her life and how she helps herself and her communities. And that's what Celebrate Her is all about, because we recognize that women are the cornerstones of communities and we really need to do what we can to support them.
So is it that every year the awards focus on a different aspect of woman, or is it open to everyone each year?
Well, it started out open to everyone each year, but what we realized in doing the work is that there are different women in different spaces that are doing different levels of work. Because what you realize in past years, we have recognized school nurses, we have recognized guidance counselors. We still very much are very big into supporting guidance counselors because we know the work that they're doing, keeping students focused and even just keeping them continuously learning. So, guidance counselors is very dear to my heart. But the reason why we focused on the women who stepped up in Hurricane Melissa is because the community was so important to the support after Melissa. I mean, there are a lot of things that the state tried to do, but government have one pace, slow. And so a lot of the times things don't get to where they need to in the speed that it needs to get to. And what happened was a lot of people jumped up, got their things that they could do, get their friends together, call who they could call, and went into the spaces and saved lives in a lot of cases. So we really just want to say thank you to those women.
How were they identified? How were they ultimately selected? Because, is it that, people sent in or you did a call?
That's exactly it. We did a call to social media. Social media is a very easy way to get people to share information. So we said to social media, all right, listen, we know you know them. Tell us about the women who just jumped up and went through and did what they need to do after Hurricane Melissa. I knew some of those women personally as well. A lot of women stepped in and went to them kitchen and took out food out of them kitchen, and they bought water with their own money. They took out their own towels and their own sheets out of them linen closet, and they just did what they could, gather some things together and run out. And those are the women we really want to identify, because those things matter, especially in the moment after the storm where people feel really alone, where it's just really devastating to have somebody come in and say, okay, here's some food, here's some pads, here's something, so you can at least feel human while the recovery happens. And we really just want to say thank you.
So these women stepped up at a time when, the community needed them.
Yes.
Why do you think it's important to recognize them? Why do you think it's important to have a Celebrate Her, to have a gathering that applauds them?
Well, I know what it feels like to be somebody who's trying to solve a problem. And a lot of the times, in the moment, you're not doing it because you expect anybody to recognize you, to give an award or anything like that. You're just literally trying to help. Right. And it feels good to be seen and to be celebrated, and just for somebody to say, thank you for your efforts. And I really just want to create a space where that happens. And we want to encourage this as well. We want people with bigger money than me to look at these women and say, look here, I see the work that you're doing. Here's a grant, go and do more good work. Because I think that community is where we are going to get the best out of who we are as Jamaican people. We expect a lot of our governments. We expect a lot out of, international organizations, but the community is where we can do the most work and where the real work happens. And I really want to support those kind of spaces.
It then becomes not just about the honorees themselves,
yes,
but it becomes about their communities and
yes,
highlighting their communities and the power of community.
Yes.
And I would imagine that it also inspires the next woman or man when they hear the story.
That is exactly it. And we really just want to highlight that as well. And to encourage other people who, they are doing their own little thing and then they might see it and think, oh, then I didn't even know that this was possible. Or can I get in touch with that person and see how we can collaborate? Or for the person with the bigger money and bigger platform than me to see them and say, all right, I would like to help in some way. This is somebody that I can call and empower and do the work in the space because I personally cannot go there to do it. And I want to do what I can to help.
Well, Shelley, tell me where, when, how.
Yeah.
I mean, is this something hold on, is this something that's open to the public? Or is that closed-off thing? You have to be invited to be there, or what's the format?
Yes, you have to be invited to be there. I tell them already, say, listen, I accept money. So I'm not at the point yet where I can have a big open thing to the public and say, everybody come, let's just make everybody feel good. But yes, we are having an event. Yes, on Sunday. We have asked for 10 people. We're honoring 10 people. Them will get the award with the name, palette and the plaque and all that. But we have gotten like 40 submissions. So what we want to do this year is to honor everybody who was nominated and give them something. But we're still going to do the 10 awardees. But we want everybody who was nominated to feel special and to get their something. So they're going to get something as well. So yes, we're having an event on Sunday. And I just want to say big up and thanks to our sponsors, Malta, Canadian High Commission, and Curves has been with us from day one, Morning Curves. And we also want to say thanks to Dax Production. And I hope I'm not forgetting anybody, but we just really want to say thank you to the ladies and the gentlemen. Let me just say, yes, I know a lot of gentlemen step in, but it's Women's History Month, so we have to big up the woman them this month. But the people who stepped up after Hurricane Melissa, because I know personally that lives were saved. People who got a chance to at least feel fed and human while they try to recover after this horrible hurricane.
Somebody have a loose, 20 mil. Like Dennis said, you know what I mean? I lose 30 million.
Them. I lose 20 mil.
Top pocket money.
I like that girl there. I'm scared I lose. A couple million.
Good morning.
How do we get in touch with you to support the cause?
Herflow Foundation at gmail.com. Google us, Herflow Foundation, or come to me personally, Shelley and Weeks. You can Google me also. If you have that loose money, this is a problem we can help you solve. Thanks in advance.
as we go, Shelley, I was in a space, I won't say where, and I saw a truck arrive, and them said, oh, them come for refill the dispensers for the sanitary napkins, and immediately you came to mind.
Yes.
And I thought, are we making a dent in this period poverty business?
I'm happy to say I'm having some very, very serious conversations. I tell people that if by year 10 I don't end period poverty, I'm going to have to change my strategy. But we're having some very good conversations. Good morning, Ministry of Health. And period poverty, girls in schools are going to be having a better time if I have anything to do about it in 2026. I'm very, very happy about that. I can't wait. I'm so excited because I cannot be comfortable until girls have access to school and their period is not the reason why that can happen. So I'm very excited. It's happening this year.
And you'll be back to tell us more.
Oh, yes, you'll hear about it. I'm tell you more about it, yes.
I'm sure we'll hear about it. Big thank you to this lady over here, Shelley Ann Weeks, the founder of the Herflow Foundation, for continuing to celebrate our sheroes. We head to another break, and then TK is going to switch roles.
Not close.
Not close, but roles. And head over to the morning news desk. We'll be right back.
two sides, be the one combo.
BK Crown Deal. The time by Burger King is
7 o'clock.
You take charge of praise and worship. We'll take care of your coverage. You take care of the farming, livestock, and fishing. We'll take care of your life insurance. You take care of business. We'll take care of the health insurance. Everyone deserves access to quality insurance. So, Sagicor Life has developed a suite of affordable insurance products offering life, critical illness, and health insurance coverage to specific groups at affordable rates for themselves and their families. Coverage for all. Care for you.
Celebrate Marchmas at Quartz. Get up to 60% off from March 20 to 24 and up to 70% off on Christmas Day in March on March 25. Get that fridge, stove, lounge set, bedroom set, or smart TV you've been wanting. Marchmas at Quartz from March 20 to 25 with up to 70% off. Quartz, bringing value home. Conditions apply.
Can you do this?
Power in great moments. If you have financial needs, Chris and Charles will fix them for you. Power in great moments since 1992. Oh, we have it all. Power in great moments. Relax, you got Chris and Charles. Oh, we have it all. When you think alone, think Chris and
Welcome to Morning News. I'm TK Dawkins. The opposition is continuing to blast the government over the discontinuation of the 50-year medical program with Cuban health professionals. Opposition leader Mark Golding, in a lead story budget special interview with CVM News, said the government has not put alternatives in place, and he insists nothing was fundamentally wrong or illegal with the program.
I'm not privy to the pressures that may or may not have been brought to bear on the government by the U.S. government on this matter. So, what I would say is this, that they have had some time to make alternative arrangements to fill that gap, and that they have failed to do so. And I think that was another example of mismanagement and negligence on their part. So by ending the arrangement unilaterally, the Cubans have said, without alternative arrangements being put in place to ensure that Jamaicans who were relying on this for their cataract surgeries and other eye operations, and those who are in rural parts and can see a doctor because there's a Cuban doctor there, those people are not going to be served.
What would you have done differently?
I would have explained to the U.S. that if we were going to phase out such a program, and I don't think that the reasons given by the government are sound, because I don't think it's anything to do with pay arrangements and so on. I think it was really a response to the pressure.
They say it goes against Jamaican law and the international law.
Yeah, what law? Have they told you what law? I'm a lawyer. I'm not aware of any law that the arrangement was violating, and it's been in place for 50 years and has been run by their government and by us on repeated administrations. I think they were responding to the pressures that were brought to bear.
In the meantime, Mr. Golding says despite Hurricane Melissa, the government's plan to continue the annual $11.4 billion drawdown from the National Housing Trust is unacceptable.
The crisis in housing, which Melissa has made that much worse. So I don't accept his explanation, and I think he is misleading the public.
Do you not see, though, why it's necessary given Melissa? It's an extenuating circumstance, or is the opposition, and I put this to Cleveland Tomlinson when he came here last week, is the opposition being hypocritical in its criticism of the government, especially for this fiscal year with the drawdown from the NHD?
If the Prime Minister had made a commitment that he was ending this as of, say, March next fiscal year, the March of the coming fiscal year, and because of the situation, Hurricane Melissa, I would say it's bad and not so bad. But he's talking about extending it for 5 more years. And I don't think he can blame Melissa for that. And the truth is that, as Julian Robinson in his presentation on the budget showed, that the gap that they're trying to fill by adding, $11 billion of $18 billion of taxes plus another $11 billion of drawdown from NHT, there are other ways of addressing that funding gap. And so I don't accept that it's a necessity to do it.
The Financial Investigations Division, the FID, is this morning appealing to Jamaicans not to allow their bank accounts to be used to receive, move, or withdraw funds on behalf of others. The call comes after the arrest and charge of 3 individuals in connection with a multi-million-dollar bank fraud and suspected money mule operation. The accused, 24-year-old Ashanti Johnson, 37-year-old Kevin Bentley, and 54-year-old David Brevet, were charged under the Proceeds of Crime Act, the Larceny Act, and the Cybercrimes Act after coordinated operations carried out between March 17 and 19 across Kingston, St. Andrew, and Clarendon. Investigators allege that the accused participated in a criminal scheme involving unauthorized access to bank accounts and the transfer of funds into accounts maintained by the suspects. Dennis Chung is the Chief Technical Director of the FID.
Fraudsters and money launderers rely on established accounts to move illicit funds at scale. The use of money mule accounts therefore helps to conceal key players in criminal networks. The public is urged to exercise proper due diligence when accepting deposits on behalf of others, particularly when it involves sharing debit cards or PINs. The Proceeds of Crime Act defines criminal property as property obtained through criminal conduct and criminalizes all handling of such property. If you possess, transfer, or facilitate the retention of criminal property, you will be charged.
There are growing concerns this morning about a cash access crisis as the Bank of Jamaica is reporting that 1 in every 8 ATMs is still offline months after Hurricane Melissa. But amid the concerns, one economist is warning it might be time for policymakers to fast-track the shift to digital financial transactions. Amoy Harriot tells us more.
1 in every 8 ATMs. That's over 100 of the roughly 900 machines island-wide has for months been inoperable. In a society where 70 to 80% of transactions are cash-based, economist Keenan Faulkner says everyday transactions are being disrupted, small businesses are struggling, and overall economic activity is taking a hit.
Most persons, almost 50% of persons, get paid in cash. So we're still circulating a lot of cash in the economy where if you can't access it for however long time, or if you have to spend time traveling to the nearest place, which may not be very near, then you're impeding productivity, you're impeding business activity.
It's why Mr. Faulkner says policymakers and banks need to fast-track the digitalization of Jamaica's financial sector. Now, while authorities have signaled support for the move, many Jamaicans remain resistant.
We are not going to get there quite anytime soon, but given the resilience that is needed, we do need to diversify and significantly reduce that cash dependence, which simultaneously includes increasing financial inclusion, because a lot of persons themselves remain unbanked or underbanked, and so they're not able to participate fully. There's a lack of sensitization and education around this whole issue. Persons prefer safety. Cash gives them that safety that they think, but it is also costly to hold and it's also dangerous.
But digital transactions bring their own dangers. Online fraud and cybercrime remain real threats.
In a couple of years' time, those risks ought to be minimized, but the best that you can do from a bank's perspective and managerial and supervisory perspective is to reassure customers that the benefits really outweigh those risks.
He's also calling for stronger public awareness campaigns, starting with schools, to educate Jamaicans about the safe use of digital financial services.
Everything ties back to not just education specifically around digital banking and platform services and so on, but just pairing it with the education system. So I think there's a role also for the Ministry of Education to now include that sort of financial inclusion imperative, especially now when we're in an age of AI and digital technologies. It has to start from early, so at least the next generation becomes more aware of the risks and the opportunities surrounding it, that we can finally start to overcome some of those issues of superstition.
Amoy Harriet for CVM News.
Fuller and Nikyle Ellis have been added to the Reggae Boys squad, which left the island on Monday for the upcoming FIFA World Cup Intercontinental Playoffs against New Caledonia in Mexico on Thursday. Both players had a workout with other members of the squad before the delegation departed for Guadalajara. A win for the Reggae Boys over New Caledonia on Thursday will see them set up a date with Democratic Republic of Congo on March 31. The winner of that match qualifies for the World Cup, which kicks off in June and is jointly hosted by the United States, Canada, and Mexico. Fuller has scored 1 goal and had 1 assist for Jamaica from 3 appearances, while Ellis identical returns in 2 appearances for the senior Reggae Boys. Jonathan Walker and Mehar Trehan walked away with the top senior titles at the Jamaica Squash Association All-Jamaica Squash Competition at the Ligani Club. Walker beat Tajir Lumley 11-4, 11-6, 11-8 in the men's final to take the senior men's title. Trehan took the women's title, beating Kerry Wright 11-1, 11-3, 11-4 in that final. Ethan Miller won the men's B section, with Mario O'Connor finishing second and Darian Barant third. The women's B title was won by Priya Stoddart, with silver going to Varenya Singh and bronze to Marley Price. The women's C title was won by Javon Muirhead ahead of Clayton Mendez and Ethan Williams, and the women's C title by Rihanna Stoddart ahead of Dalian Francis and Grace Dwyer. In the junior section, Trehan won the girls' under-19 title. Ethan Miller topped the boys' under-17 and under-19 category, while Govind Venugopal was the winner in the boys' under-15 category. The girls' under-17 category saw Varenya Singh prevailing. Marley Price did likewise in the girls' under-13 and under-15 category, while for boys, Jaden Emery won the under-13 title and Mason Wilson was the novice champion.
I definitely relied a lot on my previous matches that I've played, especially in Jamaica, because I had to take into consideration the hot court versus a cold court where I normally play overseas, and just honestly play the player in front of me and notice her weaknesses, notice her strengths, and how to go about that. And I think for me that was playing a simple game of squash, keeping the ball at a tight length, and I tried to stay consistent throughout that in all 3 of my games, making sure I did not make any unforced errors and run for every ball that I could. We have Junior Casa coming up, which is a Caribbean international tournament with other countries, and hopefully I can help lead the team to a victory there, both for our individual players as well as doubles, which also happens in squash, and also our team events. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Well, yeah, I went into this match very, very mentally focused, very, very wired. I knew I had a very, very solid game plan. I knew I needed to wear him down, force mistakes out of him, and I think I played my game plan to a T. When everything went according to plan, I just know I needed to stay mentally and physically strong. And I'm really happy with my performance tonight. And that's how I was able to win in 3 straight sets. I stuck to my game plan. I knew what was working, and I just didn't change a thing.
And that's it for Morning News. Join us again at noon for more from our news and sports desk. I'm TK Dawkins. Sunrise continues after this.
Rainforest, I go give you plenty healthy ways for switch up your meals. Fresh flavor that turn me need. More delicious moments every day of the week. And look how good me feel. Rainforest make it nice. Rainforest, I go make it nice.
As at Super Center, everything for your home and more. Bring back the fun of shopping. Discover the best finds in every aisle of amazing items. For your kitchen, your living room, your bedroom, or any room, Azan Supercenter has that perfect touch to elevate your space to the next level. Our team is ready to help you find what you are looking for you or someone else. So stop by our Crossroads store today and rediscover the fun of shopping.
Azan Supercenter, it's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle.
Critical illness has many faces. 1 in 4 people will be affected. Protect what matters with critical illness insurance from Sagicor Life.
Tune in to Lead Story, weekdays at 6 p.m. Hosted by Jody-Ann Quarry.
Brought to you by Horizon, a new loan product from Access Financial Services.
On March 28 at 6 p.m., John Mark Wigan presents his album launch, By Fire, live at the Jamaica College Auditorium. By Fire features the likes of Kevin Downswell, Rondell Positive, Alicia Taylor, Gilead Collective, Genesis Praise Squad, Audia Spencer Brown, Ryan Davis, Prince Saj. General tickets $4,000. Sponsored by JP St. Mary's, Credit Unions of Jamaica, Honey Bun, Chicken and Things, CVM, Love 101, Green Room Studios, Painted Lady Studios, Crosslings Production, Imperium Gospel Limited. Proceeds support the Student Housing Initiative.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Welcome back, Sunrisers. I'm Jason Brown, and when you see this face, you know it's time for Jamaica's only early morning game show, Sunrise Freshers. This week, we have the Elsa Riney Hall back in studio, ready to test their knowledge on how quick they are on the buses. But before that, let's meet our players. Welcome, ladies. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, that sounds so nice. Look at that. Happy International Women's Month to you all.
Thank you.
We're glad you are here. So may I have your names, please, starting on my left?
Hi everyone, my name is Deidre Wadsworth, and my freshest fact is that I think I'm the funniest person I know.
Wow.
Yes.
Yes.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Natasha Days, and my freshest fact is I have a song for almost every scenario.
Oh, happy.
'Cause I'm happy.
All right, you won.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Tashaneet Gordon, and I love the performing arts.
Lovely. And on my right?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Denise Lewis, and I love piercings.
Wow.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Michaela Jo Dunkley, and my freshest fact is that I am the team manager of the UEMONA's intercollegiate and club volleyball teams.
Wow.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Shamika Mackenzie, Senior Residence Advisor at the Elsa Riney Hall, and my fun fact is I have a birthmark on my foot bottom.
Oh, really, really fun. And my name is Jason Brown. I'm repping JC, the one college, the only college that will win champs this week. Let's get back to the game. All right. So what's happening this week on Hall? I'm seeing crowns, I'm seeing things are happening. Yes, speak to me, please.
No problem at all. The crowns, that's Miss Towers, and this is her first runner-up. All right, so this week we're actually celebrating 13 years of excellence, and it's under the theme, the 13th Directive, Rewriting the Code of Excellence. So we have a lot of activities for our Hall week, starting off with our outreach all the way down to Glow Olympics, which is a glow-in-the-dark Olympics.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man, neon colors, one bag excitement. And today is our 4th day, which is a Trashionista, where we're embracing recycling. So that is trash to fash. So look out for more on our Instagram, ELR Towers Hall.
Okay, awesome. Please test your buzzers. So, too slow, man. So let's see who will win this morning. It's the Jamaican Women Edition on Freshers. Who is Jamaica's only female national? The mics, please. Good. Which Jamaican woman is known for her role in the Crimean War? She also has a hall named after her.
Mary Seacole.
Good. Who is the mother of Jamaican art?
Louise Bennett Coverley.
Edna Manley. Which Jamaican sprint legend is nicknamed Pop? And which Jamaican cultural icon is known as Miss Lou?
Louise Benning.
There we go. Good job. Multiple choice. Who was Jamaica's first female prime minister? All right.
Portia
That is correct. Who was Jamaica's first Miss World winner?
Carol Crawford. Carol Crawford.
That is correct. Which Jamaican female dancehall artist is currently titled the Queen of
Spice?
That is correct. Which Jamaican woman is an Olympic legend with medals across multiple decades? That is correct. True or false? Mary Seacole was born in England. That is correct. Louise Bennett Coverley helped preserve Jamaican patois. True or? True. All right. This Jamaican female reggae artist is known for conscious music, and she has a song called Daddy Don't Touch Me.
Queen Africa.
The color associated with International Women's Day is?
Purple.
That is correct. It's not blue, but purple. Yes. Which Jamaican artist is known for her inspirational music? One such is Roots.
So you proceed with that.
You can't water down and dilute.
Etana.
That is correct. Our last two questions. Which Jamaican woman is currently serving as Minister of Culture, Gender? And the last question this morning. Which Jamaican female beauty queen later became a politician and Minister of... Let's all say it.
Lisa Hanna.
But the point goes to my team on the left. Good job. And our scores this morning are...
Call out the score.
Don't need to call it out.
I think we should. Because I think we should. Remember, we always win at stores anyway.
But I'm going to call it. Our scores are 12-3. And that's all the time we have this morning for Sunrise Fresh as we throw things back to TK and Dennis after the break. Bye.
Tune in to Lead Story. Weekdays at 6 p.m. Hosted by Jody Ann Quarry.
Brought to you by Horizon, a new loan product from Access Financial Services.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yeah.
Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVMTV.
So much more than entertainment.
Hi, I am Candy Pang at
Watagwan. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 a.m., 1:30 p.m., and 10 p.m. on CVMTV.
Let's delve deep into the issues.
we'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yes. Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
National statement.
Glad to have you back with us. Now, I wonder if you feel how the time hot or how worse these earthquakes and hurricanes are getting. Climate change is real, and the conversation around solutions has never been more important. From how we power our homes to even how we handle things at our offices or prepare for disasters and protect our food supply, it's all connected. And this morning, we're looking at a major event, bringing those conversations to life in a very real way. Joining us are head of the JPS Foundation, Sophia Lewis, and research student, Climate Studies Group at UWMona and project consultant, Tony Ann Hendricks. Good morning.
Ladies, welcome.
Morning.
Hope you're well.
We're well. You're looking well.
The JPS Foundation, in terms of corporate social responsibility, could be interested in so many things. What's your why? Why this? Why you say yes to this?
Well, as an energy company, JPS, we believe that as the foundation, the philanthropic arm of JPS, we have an environmental responsibility. And when we did our research before establishing our strategic goals, we realized that there was a gap in relation to climate and climate resilience. Now, you know, we do environmental projects, we plant trees and so on, but in terms of having a specific focus on understanding what's happening in our climate and how the changes are taking place, we believe that was an opportunity for us to focus on climate.
And so climate action conference,
Yes.
what exactly is taking place?
All right, so the important word in that is action.
Too.
So it's not just about talking about the problem. So
Not a talk show.
Right, we all say, you know, we should do this, we should do that, but what are we really doing? So this is our second staging. So we have positioned this as our major event. So this is the JPS Foundation Climate Action Conference and Expo, where we will bring in the professionals like Tony, who will come and will talk about what's happening in climate, and also we bring in the innovators, and most importantly, we're targeting our young people. So it's about talking about what's happening, talking about the resilience, the mitigation, and also talking about the action that needs to take place. So for this year, we're looking at road to resilience, energy, disaster preparedness, and food security. And interestingly, we chose this theme even before Melissa. And once there was a Hurricane Melissa, we say, you know what, this is really a relevant conversation. And some of these students, we would say, you know, Hurricane Gilbert was my point of reference in terms of a major hurricane, and they wouldn't have experienced that. But everyone has experienced Melissa. So half of our trying to convince you that this conversation is needed has already been achieved because you experienced the impact. So that's what we'll be talking about.
Well, Tony, let me ask you this. You know, I can understand if I'm a student or I'm in the field or, you know, I'm some kind of professional with this type of focus going to this conference, but it's open to the public and it's open to everyone. Why should a regular, normal Jamaican attend this conference?
Well, outside of the fact that it's tailored to the layman, like it's tailored for everyone to understand. And like Sophia said, we all experienced Hurricane Melissa. It's no longer a fallacy, it's no longer a guess that climate change is a big deal, especially for us in the Caribbean. So understanding not just what climate change is and some of the impacts it has on us as a people, I want a lot of persons to also understand that there are things that we can do, and you should also be able to connect how your lifestyle choices, the decisions you make, the things you decide not to do, the impacts they have on climate change, and ways to, I guess, help mitigate that.
Tony, from an academic perspective, for the academics who might be watching this conversation, how is this conference and expo different?
So it's a little different, primarily because it's not just, and I know you said academic point of view, but it's not just persons coming up and having a conversation. It's not just you listening to presentations and watching somebody give a speech. It's very interactive. So there are different elements of the conference that encourages and facilitates more interaction. So persons can engage with stakeholders, companies, researchers, innovators, so they get a more hands-on experience with different things, like through VR for hurricane and flood simulations, earthquake simulations, the teaching tunnel that will have more interactive elements where you can engage with climate facts and projections for the future. So it's a little bit beyond just us sitting down and talking.
Well, Tony, you've piqued our curiosity, and I'm sure there's a lot more, but we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll hear all about what's to come.
Your hard contribution builds a stronger workforce and strengthens the economy. It's not just contribution, it's transformation. The time by heart is...
To the women who give to everyone else, this International Women's Day, gain the future you deserve with Sagicor. Get protection with Sagicor Life's Total Woman Critical Illness Insurance. 10% off and a gift from Advantage General Ultimate Woman Auto Insurance. Special mortgage and auto loan rates, plus 7,500 credit card bonus points with Sagicor Bank. Lower trading fees with Sagicor Investments. Call 888-SAGICOR to learn more. Conditions apply.
Celebrate Marchmas at Quartz. Get up to 60% off from March 20 to 24 and up to 70% off on Christmas Day in March on March 25. Get that fridge, stove, lounge set, bedroom set, or smart TV you've been wanting. Marchmas at Quartz from March 20 to 25 with up to 70% off. Quartz, bringing value home. Conditions apply.
Tune in to Lead Story, weekdays at 6 p.m. Hosted by Jody Ann Quarry.
Brought to you by Horizon, a new loan product from Access Financial Services.
On March 28 at 6 p.m., John Mark Wigan presents his album launch, By Fire, live at the Jamaica College Auditorium. By Fire features the likes of Kevin Downswell, Rondell Positive, Alicia Taylor, Gilead Collective, Genesis Praise Squad, Audia Spencer Brown, Ryan Davis, Prince Saj. General tickets $4,000. Sponsored by JP St. Mary's, Credit Unions of Jamaica, Honey Bun, Chicken and Things, CVM, Love 101, Green Room Studios, Painted Lady Studios, Crosslinks Production, Imperium Gospel Limited. Proceeds support the Student Housing Initiative.
.33 on this Tuesday morning. It is 22 degrees.
No,
It's not Tuesday morning?
No, it's Tuesday. No. I was just like, I know what I was just saying?
What?
Oh my gosh, it's Tuesday. No, all this time I thought it was Monday. So you said Tuesday. I'm like, wait.
Tuesday? It's still Tuesday.
It's still Tuesday. Okay, sorry. Let's go. Back.
22 degrees Celsius here in Kingston. Maybe if I should say it that way. It's 22 degrees Celsius here in Kingston. We're speaking with the head of the JPS Foundation, Sophia Lewis, and research student and climate studies at the Climate Studies Group at the UEMONA, and project consultant Tony Ann Hendrickson. We are talking about a very important climate action conference that's taking place this Thursday at the AC Marriott Hotel right here in Kingston City. Before we went to the break, we were kind of understanding the context and understanding what is taking place and why. For those persons who, because I think maybe there are some student groups who should plan, there's some teachers who need to get buses coming to this event.
Yes.
Are you making,
We are.
Tell us a little bit about the expo side of it, not the conference, the expo side.
Sure, no problem. A major project that's a part of the foundation is our Power Up Energy Clubs. And at JPS, everything is about power, about energy, and that kind of excitement.
Power connections.
Yeah. And so you're aging yourself now. So our energy clubs is a major part of how we ensure that there is action. So it's not just about having an event. We are wanting to ensure that there is behavior change, that they're leaving with something in their heads, because the next generation is the one who's going to be living in this world, and so they need to know what's going to happen. We target our energy clubs, and they are going to be bussed in.
Good.
They have been registering.
Awesome.
They'll be attending to participate, but they're also competing. We have an exciting EcoSpark Innovation Challenge that we have in partnership with the EFJ Environmental Foundation of Jamaica. They have a specific J-Use project which looks at nature-based solutions. So we have two categories for that competition: nature-based as well as grid resilience, for obvious reasons. So we are encouraging our students to think about how we can function smarter, solve problems using nature solutions, and we will have 11 participants in that challenge. So the students have an opportunity to interact with fellow students to look at solutions that they're bringing to the table. And they win money, they win prizes. So the top students will be winning the innovation challenge, and we also have games throughout the day. So another way of us assessing what you are learning, we will be engaging them with a scavenger hunt. They have to answer climate-related questions based on how they have interacted with the information, and they get to win prizes. So everybody can win and walk away with something. And in terms of the setup now, as you enter, you're going to feel like you're walking through an aquarium. It's going to be, may I tell you, it's going to be nice. There are things, because we want persons to fall in love with nature again. It's not just about the tree huggers. It is about we who are living in this space. And Tony spoke about practical things that ordinary persons can do. Do you have a vegetable garden?
I don't.
Are you planting anything?
I'd love to.
When you can't get anything to eat,
I'd love to.
you need to have something in your backyard.
About 4 years now, I've been saying I'm going to plant some callaloo and some
And
peppers,
you haven't done it
and
yet.
I haven't done
Well,
it.
forestry is there, RADA is there.
Okay,
you can maybe walk away with a plant or two. I hope you're carrying the plants, I cannot promise you. But there are so many opportunities for adults, children. We really want you to come. Our JPS colleagues will be there to show the students how we... Yes, she is a director on my board.
Yes.
So we will be talking about how we kept the grid resilient throughout the hurricane. We'll be showing the students how we monitor the grid island-wide. It's fascinating. So, everyone needs to come.
As you mentioned about that, I've said it before, and I think it's worth repeating. I mean, because of what I do substantively, I've been out there seeing.
Yes.
And I've been having to be away from my family in central Jamaica, in western Jamaica. And I've stayed where JPS people are staying. And I mean, when I'm saying I'm having breakfast with, and I'm like, all of these are JPS people.
Yeah.
And they're going out and they're working non-stop. And they're out there and like people are excited because they're saying to you, yeah man, be here, so we're gonna get like next week. We're gonna get like next week. And them not even mind, they're bearing the no light with them have now because people are they see it happening and they're excited about the other district that get back light. So there's hope for them.
It's coming.
And I'm like, that's, you know, the story of the resilience, you know, just resilience, you know, it's people working and making it resilient. So kudos to the entire team at JPS. You guys are really putting in some serious work.
And I want to add something quickly because last year, one of her colleagues told us that, you know, 2025, we either are going to have the worst or more frequent. And I was praying, I saw the year coming to an end. I said, okay, he was wrong. But I just want Tony to speak quickly to how we are watching climate. Like the climate studies group is doing amazing
and you're
work.
getting sharper. You're getting sharper at better at it.
At the predictions.
Well, we have developed a tool in partnership with PIOJ and Oxford. It's called JSRAT, which is now targeted or shared throughout the Caribbean, called SRAT. You guys can correct me at some point. That essentially assists with mapping and projecting how storms or hurricanes are affecting the island, and not only they help with tracking these storms or projecting these storms, but more so it helps with economics. Like people want to know like the important stuff. Put this in dollars. How does this make sense? How much are we losing? What does infrastructure look like afterwards? Storm surges, and there are other tools that we have that help to project and display what these hurricanes that we're expecting to become more frequent and more intense over the years. So we are doing a lot of work, a lot of downscaling to kind of keep up with global standards, just to ensure that we're more prepared.
So real quick, how do we get access to the conference? Do we buy tickets?
No, it's free.
Online?
It's free.
All right, we need to get that out there. It's free of cost.
But let me caution, space is limited.
Just come at AC.
Space is limited, so we have been registering, and you can visit our social media channel at JPS Foundation. We also have our registration link on our website, jpsco.com/our-foundation, and you'll see the landing page. But just to caution you, if you come and there's a little crowd, you know, safety is paramount, so we'll just be guiding people throughout.
Indeed, absolutely.
Thank you.
Very, very important conversation, very important conference coming up, one that affects all of us. Very big thank you to Sophia Lewis, the head of the JPS Foundation and research student and project consultant, Tony Ann Hendricks, for joining us this morning. Coming up next, we'll be learning about education with a fresh approach. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.
The theme Road to Resilience, tackling energy, disaster preparedness, and food security. On Thursday, March 26th, see top displays from the EcoSpark Innovation Challenge for Schools and other exhibits. Enjoy panel discussions, electric vehicle test drives, and more. Special appearance from Ding Dong and Prince Saj. The JPS Foundation Climate Action Conference and Expo. Thursday, March 26th at the AC Hotel in New Kingston. Register at jpsco.com/our-foundation. Spaces are limited, admission free.
This is Flow, Jamaica's fastest mobile network, as verified by Ookla. It's the result of a complete network rebuild, with more power backup to reduce outages and satellite backup for greater mobile stability. You can even make regular calls using Wi-Fi. Welcome to our new era of connectivity, and we're not stopping there. This is Flow, Jamaica's network.
do this.
The seed for potscapes was planted many years ago when by chance I acquired a few succulents and there was a gap in the market where persons were actually looking for a wide variety of succulents as well as guidance in succulent care. So I went through all the required steps to make the business a reality. The vision of Potscapes was to be an online plant store. To do so, we required an e-payment gateway. Sagicor Bank's e-payment system was very reliable and was a perfect fit for our business. My business blossomed when we established a storefront at 29 Upper Waterloo Road. My Sagicor business bankers supported me tremendously in the early stages and continue to do so. I received solid advice as how to navigate the business processes and to positively impact others through plants.
This is the Aedes aegypti mosquito that spreads the Zika, chikungunya, and dengue viruses. Search for its breeding sites and destroy them.
A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
The time by the Ministry of Health and Wellness is 7:45.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVMTV.
So much more.
Hey, glad to have you back with us. Now, for those of you who don't know, I've been an educator. Seriously. I've been an educator for 20-something years. And one thing I've learned is that the one-size-fits-all approach does not always work when it comes to learning. And for many students, the difference between struggling and thriving is simply having the right kind of support. And so this morning, we're highlighting an approach that's changing lives through personalized education and building confidence where it matters most. So joining us is the founder and director of Sensei T. Smith's online tutoring service, Tricia Smith. Tricia,
welcome.
Good morning. How are you?
I am fantastic. Thank you for having me here today.
All right. So first of all, take us to the beginning.
Yes.
I mean, because now online tutoring is more commonplace than it used to be.
Right.
But what was it that you were what void were you trying to fill when you decided, I need to do this?
Well, we started in 2021 during the
COVID. I thought so.
Pandemic. And the aim was to help some of the students who were lacking the education, who weren't able to be in school, and to help to provide them with the knowledge that they need. We started with the English program just to teach English online.
Right.
However, after receiving about 1 to 5 students, we realized all of them came in with the same problem, and that is lacking the knowledge of phonics and literacy.
Like phonics.
Yes.
Yeah.
When we talk about phonics, we're talking about not knowing how to blend, not knowing the letter sounds, not even sometimes knowing the name of the letters, but we more want to focus on the sounds. So like
something like consonant blends that children are learning in maybe in grade 1 and 2.
Right.
You're saying people were coming in and not knowing this.
Not knowing it. And that is not based on age group, because I don't want persons to think that we're talking about 5 years old. We're talking about students in grade 6, students in grade 5, students in grade 7.
Yes.
Even adults too, they were coming in and not able to know the letter sounds, and we had to start at level 1 in our program, which is CVC and CV blending. Yes.
And so when you now open up that, I mean, different people learn differently.
Yes.
Boys learn different from girls.
Definitely.
Older persons have different approaches than younger persons.
Yes.
You know, different pedagogical approaches.
Yes.
So, like, what's your approach? Do you have like a philosophy that says, this is how I'm going to take people's children and make them confident about it?
Well,
that's something that make you shame.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not just children, remember? The adults too.
No, I'm talking from as an adult, you know.
Right. And the adults too. Well, what we aim to do was to take the students one by one and to help them get down to their level, their core level, and to help them to overcome any difficulties that they had. Due to the, you know, whether it's the blending side of it, the CVC, some of them would not know digraph sounds. You know, there's a lot that they wouldn't know. Some of them don't know simple vocabularies. So what we do in our program, we have levels 1 to 3, and each level has something different in it. So if they are lacking the knowledge of letter sounds and CV blends, then they would belong into level 1. If they can call maybe 2 or 3 letter words and they know a little sounds or blending and they can read a little, then we push them into level 2 where you have up to 4 letter words. We have the consonant beginning blending and the consonant ending blending. And then we have things like digraphs, you know, like the SH sound, the CH sound, because most students will say KH for the CH,
yes.
You know, or even the digraph WR, they would say WR instead of saying R. We didn't know that the W makes the, you know, is silent, and the
and
R
blends
is
at the beginning of words or at the end of words is another. You know.
Right. So beginning blend and ending blend, they had to know the difference between that.
Right.
So, you know, when we, you know, look at where they're at, we'll say, okay, you belong into level 2 because we have a system in place where we have what we call a reader guide. So every level has its own reader guide. And when the parents get in, we get to look at the reader guide with them in the consultation session so that they can know what areas we will be focusing on throughout the semester. And there's no timeline to finish the level guide because remember, we are moving at students' pace and their level, not our pace. And remember, it is one-on-one.
We have to go. But I want you to speak to the person who's watching this conversation or listening to it in the background, and they're saying, I know a student who needs this.
Yes.
Or a teacher who's saying, look, I have this student, I'm not trained to fix this problem. This student needs remediation.
Yes.
I need to channel them to Sensei Smith.
Yes.
And how do they find you and access your services?
Okay, so we are on Instagram at EnglishTutorOnline.Smith. Also the TikTok, of course, you know, it's the same thing on EnglishTutorOnline.Smith. You can contact us at 876-990-5662.
All right, thank you very much. A big thank you to Tricia Smith, the founder and director of Sensei T. Smith's online tutoring, for joining us this morning. Guess what? We'll be right back with more Sunrise.
Into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
Welcome back to Sunrise. Now, endometriosis is a chronic condition where tissue similar to the lining of the uterus grows outside of it, and it's estimated to affect about 1 in 10 women of reproductive age worldwide. Despite how common it is, it often goes undiagnosed for years, leaving many women to quietly navigate pain, discomfort, and unanswered questions. And this Women's Month, we want to help change that by creating space for more open, informed conversations around women's health. Today, we're joined by endometriosis patient Shauna Fuller-Clark, who's courageously sharing her journey and helping to shine a light on this condition. Good morning.
Good morning, TK. Thanks for having me this morning.
Thank you for being here. Let's jump right into it. You know, for persons who, we've been talking about endometriosis, we've had some doctors on, but practically, endometriosis, the experience for you has been what? What's it been like for you?
It's been traumatic. Some persons think it's a bad period, but for me, it culminated in my lung collapsing. Wow. Because the tissue can go to any organ, any nerve, and for me, it went straight into my chest, and I had they suspect my lung had collapsed for over a year, and I was living with that until I couldn't live with it anymore and had to have emergency surgery. And they didn't even diagnose me at that time. It took almost a year after for them to say, oh, you know, it's endometriosis. And even with that diagnosis, that's when the journey started, because once you have it, you have to understand how to treat it and navigate it.
So when you said you were living with what might have been a lung collapse for a year or so, what did that, were you short of breath? What did that present as? Was it painful? Was it chest pains, stomach issues?
So from I was 21, I had like severe bloating close to the time of my period, difficulty breathing or a little tension with breathing. But during that year and a half, severe shortness of breath where I couldn't walk maybe 10 meters without holding and gasping for air. And I was diagnosed with asthma first, and that was not working out for me. And so we got a second opinion, and then they realized my lung had collapsed.
You started a foundation?
I did.
Base Foundation?
Right, so started Base Foundation in 2013. So we've been doing this for 13 years now. You know, our mission is simple: to provide information and support to those who are affected by endometriosis and really push for more research and knowledge in the public space.
What do you find is the most support, or what area of support is most needed for someone going through endometriosis?
Everything, you know, because we don't have the general understanding in the public space. We don't have the general understanding in the governmental entities as well. And so, you know, that has been a challenge because we live with a lot of pain. A lot of women live in silence, and if their partners don't understand what they're going through, if their workplaces, if their schools don't understand what they're going through, it becomes incredibly difficult. And we speak about it in terms of symptoms, but we hardly speak about the mental health aspect, because 30% of women with endometriosis are likely to have clinical anxiety or depression. Almost 50% experience suicidal thoughts. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. You know, we haven't gone into productivity hours that are lost. So we definitely need to have support across the board.
What do you wish more people knew about endometriosis and the experience of endometriosis?
Endometriosis is not simply a woman disease or a bad period. It is now described as a whole body inflammatory disease. It can go to anywhere in the body. And so, you know, with women being half the population, with the birth rate declining, with us speaking about productivity, we need to understand, be aware, and move from awareness to action so these women can have, you know, a better quality of life, because it's an extremely difficult disease to go through by yourself, with the people around you, and nationally as well.
For those people who are feeling this, whether because they're personally experiencing it or somebody within their circle they want more information, or they just want to connect with you, they feel what you're saying, where can we find out more, whether it's about Base Foundation or you personally?
Okay, you can email us at hello@basejamaica.com. You can find us on all the social media platforms, Base Jamaica. Know that you're not alone. You're not losing your mind. There are over 100,000 of us in Jamaica that experience this, and 200 million women worldwide. While there's no cure, we can treat it. There are ways to treat it. And so, reach out to us, because there is strength through support, and we will help you along the way.
And support is sometimes makes a world of difference. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Many thanks to our guest, Shauna Fuller-Clark, for trusting us with her story this morning. And just like that, we've come to the end of today's show. But stay with us, man. We'll be wrapping up right after this.